So when you guys finished up last week, you had why don't let's see, Don, do you remember what happened last week? Can you kind of explain from the player perspective of what you remember?
Yeah, so we went up in the mountains. We found some cultists. I'm gonna just kind of make it short. We found some cultists. We found one that was still alive. Um, I found a black shard-looking thing that was inside of him. It turns out that it was a claw. Um, and also, since I am a certain kind of priest, um, I can see. I actually saw what happened. I didn't see exactly what it was that attacked them, but I did see the person that was attacked that I was touching. And so we decided to go back to town and do some research. I found out that the claw was from a lesser demon, and the while I was studying and learning this stuff, the other group went and talked to the druid that was in the I think forest, and they went and talked to him about witches because we heard that witches were moving up, and we're not quite sure what they're doing, but think we have an idea. Does that sum it up?
Pretty much, pretty much. So what they got back from the icy peaks with the Hearthstone. They were resting, recovering, and whatnot. And when they were speaking to Alaric, he had information that the witches were sending a group that part of her coven to somewhere in the mountains to look for some item that was from her mother's sort of not house, but domain or whatever you want to call it. It's a place in the mountains where her and her sister were raised initially, but her mother is long since gone. She doesn't, nobody knows where her mother is, and her mother's name was Igwilv, if you recall what that
Yeah, I got
was.
that. I wrote it down. It's Igwil,
Okay.
which is Morgana's mother, right?
Yep, yep.
And Drelza is the sister of Morgana, and Ayuz is like a brother, maybe.
Yep, half brother. But Igwilv is known to be involved in summoning, controlling, and binding demonic things. But she also was known for having many relics from various, things. She's either made them or she took them from other places. So, from what Alaric said, he said that there is a lantern that was made to use the Hearthstone. The Hearthstone is actually, it's part of a thing. It's not just that. So as they understand that's happening is that she's trying to get the lantern so that she can use it to do some other things. So they don't know what she wants it for, other than it has to do with the book that she has that you guys lost because she took it from you.
What I wrote down was the lantern is used to reveal secrets, and they want the lantern now to decipher the book.
Yep.
That's what I thought, yeah.
And they're in the mountains east of the hills, off of the only path that is through the mountains. That's what I wrote down. I don't know how true that is. That's what I wrote down.
And the path is loosely a loose term, I guess. It's like maybe a goat trail or
it's pretty rough.
Yeah, nobody knows where exactly it is, but it's up there somewhere.
And we were going to get a cart and some horses and
you did all that, yeah.
Wander off, yeah.
Yeah, I think. Right. In fact, I need to put Patsy on the map because he's got the cart.
Sounds good. Drog loves mountains and he hates witches, so let's go stamp some out.
Okay, yep. Patsy has a wagon, and honestly, I wished I had thought about it, but I could have made I should have got a wagon and then made it to where Patsy rode the wagon, but I didn't go through all that, unfortunately. All right. So, as you weren't here before they left, Drog, if you want to purchase supplies and whatever, go ahead and do that before we kind of move on. You can use the item browser and you know, if you need food, water, anything you think you might need. It is cold, it is winter, so if you want to buy stuff related to that. The party has bought some extra food and stuff for the horses, and there's a tent and other things. So,
Jason, I had access to your character last week and bought you some food and water, maybe some
Oh,
or something.
Thank you so much.
Jason, and if you want to go ahead and do the same thing that Drog's doing, go for it.
Oh, and by the way, Drog, I bought some dwarven holy water.
Oh, excellent.
Well, we have a keg on the cart.
So while we're waiting on those two to kind of sort out their things, you guys have made your way through the hills safely, without angering or drawing the ire of the wyverns, at least in the hills themselves. You made it to the mountains. That's kind of the view here. The trip through the hills is a good day, and so you guys arrive at the edge of the mountains at night, and you can try to continue on, but it's anybody that has any experience in traveling through the mountains is probably going to suggest to wait till you can see. As far as travel through the mountain, so I'm going to give you these guys, give you these distances, so just so you know. So if you're on the trail and you easily find it because it's the only place that there's an opening in the mountains. So the path itself is, you know, not like a road or anything, but it is, you know, it doesn't have any major things in it. There's no boulders or whatever, but you know, you can walk through it. At some points it's, you know, about 10 feet wide, some points it's 30, and some points you got enough space for a single line of horses. Knowing that, on the big trail, it is 17 miles per day. So you guys, when you're on mounts, if you have to walk, you can go 10 miles per day. So knowing that, and it is nighttime, what do you guys want to do?
We should probably make camp.
Let's make a camp.
Break camp.
Okay.
Is the time on the calendar the current time, or?
Probably not, because I've had it paused.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Let me look at it. 3 a.m.? No, that would be... Let's see. There we go.
Cool.
That's dusk. Okay.
Nice.
I'm still going to pause it, because this is... So a lot of this is going to be either Theater of the Mind, or you're going to be looking at scenic stuff like this, or there may be some encounter maps until you guys find, you know, the place that you're looking for. All you know is it's somewhere in the mountains, on the path, off the path. You don't know. You just know it's somewhere in here. So.
Okay, how about I build a fire?
That sounds like a great idea.
I happen to have fire building skill.
Well, it is not raining. It is cold, but it's not raining or snowing, so it's not difficult. You don't even need to make a roll to start a fire unless you're going to do something super fancy. If you want to make some kind of...
Yeah, I want to roll it anyway, just because it's a skill.
Okay,
so.
go for it.
I'm going to swap the spell out.
Okay.
See,
There
you
you
get
go.
that satisfying...
Yes.
Yeah, I understand the need to roll. For sure, I get it.
So you can do it in... click that dice roll in that thing. It says you can start a fire in 2d 20 minutes. So let's see how quick you do it. In the chat card, the text part of it. No, not another skill check. If you look at the chat card in the text, there's a dice roll in there. Yeah, and if you expand it, wet wood, high winds, or any of that, it's about 3d 20. But you're just rolling the skill check.
Yeah.
So what we want to do is, if you look in the fire building text, where it's describing in the skill card or chat card. Do you see that?
Oh, yeah.
Right
yeah,
above
yeah.
the
I'm with
skill
you now.
button.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Okay.
To that you click and it should roll 220-sided. There you go. So in 13 minutes he's knocked out. Got a roaring fire. All right. So the rest of you, what are you guys doing while he's preparing that? Patsy is getting the cart and the horses all tied and ready for the evening.
I'm gonna look for any small animals to communicate with, any birds or mice around.
It's a little
Rats.
dark for birds in the mountains. Give me a percentile roll.
Oh, in the open or?
Yeah, out in the open. What we're looking for is like 20 or below.
Sorry, that was blind GM.
Oh, that's fine. I'll tell you, it's not 20 or below. There are no animals nearby. You find some tracks from maybe some rabbits and other things, but nothing that is within your influence. You didn't see anything. So
Okay. I'll just get ready for bed then.
okay.
I did swap a spell out, so I
Okay.
need rest.
Look like it's going to be heart attack and ale tonight.
Are we gonna set up the tent?
Sure.
I don't care.
Yeah, I'll help set up a tent.
All right.
Is it woods or plains? Are we talking like high plains, right?
You're in the mountains.
Scrub brush. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
So it's not
mountains,
wood.
evergreens, conifers, that sort of thing. I mean, there's some bushy sort of cedar things, but that's kind of the extent to it. Mostly trees. There are, every now and then you'll see like a patch of some kind of grass or something, but it's mostly trees and cedar bushes and things like that.
And we don't see any animals anywhere.
Well,
He
okay.
didn't.
I'm
Okay.
gonna turn into an animal then. I'm gonna turn into an owl and scout the area.
Good idea. Let me go, because Jeff, I see you have, or Drog, I see you have a thing you want to do for survival.
Yeah, I was.
What did you
want
wanna
to
do?
I was gonna just look for some, survival food, some kind of mushroom or
Sure, yeah.
bug or something like
You may
that.
find some berries. Although it is winter,
whatever's
so
out
maybe
there.
not berries.
Yeah.
What
I
would
see a
be-
chicken fly around.
Nice roll.
So what? I'm not familiar with mountains. Certainly not winter mountains. In my head, if it wasn't winter, it would be berries or mushrooms. But in the winter, what would you find, food-wise?
I don't know. Maybe it's some kind of fungus or mushroom growing under a rock or something under tree bark, or could be some kind of bug buried
could-
down somewhere. You never
can
know.
still
What.
find berries that are just dried out on the
Yeah,
bush.
that's true. That's true.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
There are some winter berries, though.
Yeah, there absolutely is.
But I figured, just doing that survival scavenging, you kind of get a look at the area and see what else is around, and you find
So
some survival crap to eat. So
you find a root that is like a tuber sort of root that you can, if you wanted to make a sort of potato soup-ish sort of thing.
there you go.
There you go. Yeah. They hang around during the winter too, sometimes.
Save
I
some
don't-
rations.
Absolutely. There's a mountain range in Montana called the Bitter Roots that are just that thing.
Yeah.
I'll pick
All
that up.
right. And then you were going to, Jala was going to turn into an owl and scout around. How far do you want to scout?
Not terribly far. Just
Give me a mile, 1 mile, 10 miles, 5 miles.
1 mile, a 1 mile radius
Okay.
at a good height, so I should be able to see fairly far anyway.
Okay. Give me a blind jam roll percentile. All right. While you are circling, kind of looking to see if there's anything out of the ordinary, you don't really. I mean, every now and then you'll see, if you're swooping low enough, you'll see some animals that are bedded down for the night, deer and maybe even elk or something like that. But as you are circling back to camp, you notice far, far off in the mountains, off in the northeast, way off in the distance, you just see like these lightning strikes on the top of this and you couldn't even see the mountaintop until the lightning strikes. And what it does, you see like the shadow of it. There's like several of them, and then it just stops. There's no storm there, but you see them.
You said it wasn't raining, right?
No, it's not.
So it's not. Doesn't appear to be raining there.
Nope.
Something
Okay,
tells
that's
me we need
odd.
to go in that direction.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And what direction is that? You said
It's off in the northeast, yeah. Way off in the north. It's like really far. The only reason you could see it was because of the lightning.
Is there anything else in that direction? Any?
You really can't see. It's just, it's so, I mean, it's dark. I mean, granted, you do have owl vision, but, you know, there's a limit of how far you can see. And like I said, the only reason you saw it is because it's just brilliant white flashes way off in the distance.
Okay, I'm going to go back to camp and report that.
Anybody else? If not,
gonna help
Okay.
camp. That's it.
you guys make your camp for the evening, and Drog kind of whips up a stew of some tubers that he found. I don't know if you have cooking, Drog.
No, I have survival, so
Okay.
you'll survive, but it's not going to taste very good.
It kind of tastes pretty bland. Maybe a little dirt in there, but it's edible. It's a little gritty every now and then, but
He says it grows hair, it grows your beard hair. And makes
yeah,
you
it's
more of a dwarf.
warm, fills your stomach. Do what?
Party.
I have herbalism. I can put a little seasoning to it.
Nice.
Wild sage or something. Yeah.
Yeah, something. It's hearty.
Yeah. So it's not as much as just dirt. It's a little. It smells good, tastes a little better. You guys finish up your meal. I presume you're going to get people. Everybody's going to sleep. Those of you that aren't, if you're going to keep watch, let me know who those are. Typically, it's 3 people. If you have 3 people, I need each one of those to give me a blind GM roll D10.
Yeah, Drog will take a shift.
I usually take a shift as well.
Okay. Sir Finfall can take a shift, so I will roll for him. He is here. He's just kind of in the background.
Before we sleep, can I do a weather sense check and try and figure
Sure.
out what the weather's going to do tomorrow?
Sure.
Blind GM or
Yes.
did that work?
Yeah, it did. I'm just reading the skill real quick. Okay. That's cool. So you think that tomorrow, maybe in the late afternoon, it's probably going to start snowing.
Oh, okay.
And it is cold as well. So those of you that don't have some sort of blankets or winter clothing, let me know who you are. Mountain survival, you don't need it, Drog. You can, don't worry about it.
Yeah, and he doesn't have like a parka, but he's got boots and gloves and cloak and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So, and he's got his survival skill. So.
I guess everybody has some kind of winter sort of.
I do not. I have a sleeping bag.
I have Arctic coat, winter
Mhm.
blanket, and mittens.
I do not
Okay.
have it.
Does
So
the cart have stuff in it? I thought I bought some blankets last week,
Let me look. See what he has.
but they're
There
not.
are 3 winter blankets in there.
That's what I bought. Yeah. So I would use one of those.
Okay. And then Spencer would use one. And does anybody else not have winter clothes? There's one other blanket. Actually, it's probably Sir Finfall because I'm guessing he didn't get gear.
And in a
either.
pinch, you can take a saddle blanket off.
Yeah, I remember preparing for the mountains with the camping, but I, for whatever reason, didn't pick up actual winter clothes.
I still have my horse. Is that correct?
Yes, you all do. If it's on your character sheet, you have it. So, alrighty. So it sounds like you guys got enough sort of winter blankets, winter clothing, whatnot to make it through the night without not being able to sleep well. So all of you sleep well. Those of you that had watches, nothing out of the ordinary happens. It's a pretty quiet night. The last person that was on watch, I will say, is Sir Finfall, because I'm running him for tonight. He says that about an hour before you guys started waking up, He did hear some calls of some creatures higher up into the mountains. He doesn't know what they are. Actually, let's see if he knows what they are. Does he have any kind of skills that would?
Did it sound like a wyvern?
He doesn't know. He doesn't know what it was because of that, and I'll give him a check too. See if he remembers. No, he doesn't know what it was. He says it sounded like something screeching really loud. It sounded like it was up in the way up top on the mountain somewhere. And then morning. Are you gonna lighten up here? Come on. There we go. I wish I had a better winter mountain scene, but I thought this one looked good. So the next day, you guys can make your way through the mountains. You guys get up, you breakfast. Patsy has got everything, all the horses ready. The wagon is loaded up. He's helped pull down the tent along with anybody else that wants to help. And you guys can make your way off into the mountains. If you remember, I said that you can go 17 miles in a day on your mounts, assuming there's no sort of things blocking your way.
So the lightning was off to the northeast. Which way does the road go? Which way does the path go?
Right now, it's heading off in the direction of that. But try to iterate that was way, way off. It was like, other side of the edge of the mountain range as far as you think it was.
Just want to make sure we're not going in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
So as we go, Drog's going to keep an eye open for any sign of an underground passageway or cave or any kind of access to the underground.
Okay. Actually, Drog, go ahead and give me one mountain survival blind jam roll. Anybody else that has anything that would make your travel easier or safer, or something you think would be useful as you are traveling through the mountains. After Drog does his, tell me what you're going to roll, or tell me, we'll go through each person. I don't want you all rolling at once because I want to know what yours is. But
I would request that Sir Finfall use his sword to try and see any illusions or anything like that. I assume his sword can do that. I think he did that before.
No, it was actually the Heartstone. And the Heartstone he gave to Alric. Alec. God, my brain is just. Hold on a sec. Let me look. I'm gonna get that name.
Alric.
I think it is Alric. Okay, yes. If you have it, yes, that's the one. Forest. Alaric Wildheart. Yeah, that's who he gave it to. I mean, you guys all saw it when you left. So, all right. So, Drog, thank you. He doesn't find any things that would put the party at risk, or he doesn't find any paths that make it a little easier to travel. Jolman, you are doing what kind of survival? That's desert survival, though, right?
Yeah.
Well, I have survival for woods, and I also have direction sense. So, I think the first one that I would lean on would be direction sense to make sure that we are heading in the correct direction to our quarry, which would be in the direction of the flashing lights. So,
okay.
Should I give you a direction sense in the tower or blind?
Blind team roll, yeah. Jolman does not notice anything that would make the path easier, or he doesn't notice any kind of, berry patches on the side of the road or anything like that.
I would like to meditate into a trance and see if I can summon some kind of a prophecy.
Okay, you can do that once a day. Let me get Nero's check direction sense first. You know how to bring that up, Nero? I saw you had clicked on the wrong skill, but
yeah, sorry about that.
That's okay.
So it's in the chat right there, and it looks like
that's Jolman's direction sense.
Oh,
no, you go for it, man. 1
second.
So each one of you can only do one thing. So you can't
I didn't even mean to hit that. I don't
That's
mean
okay.
to
That's okay. I was just trying to make it clear. Each person has the opportunity to use one of their skills for the day. All right. Give me a blind GM roll.
There you go.
Okay. You are pretty certain, as far as you guys traveling down the path that you're on, that you are heading in. If you guys are looking for the northeasterly direction, it is heading that way. You're pretty certain of that. All right. And then we need to do a... Where is Gunther? Gunther, let me look at your thing real quick, because I got to remember how this works.
You kind of decide whether there's no roll. You just kind of decide whether I get a prophecy or not.
Okay. There's not like a percentile sort of thing. The character receives a medium granted power prophecy. However, it's more limited than the prophecy. Okay, I need to look this up later, but for now, the way we'll do it is give me once per day. Give me a wisdom check blind GM roll, please. And we'll use that for now. I'll look up what I'm actually supposed to do. It mentioned something specific. I just wasn't aware of it. But I'll look it up for next time. All right. So you have a vision. What are you focusing on? Are you focusing on the path? Are you focusing on what Jolliman told the group, or what is your focus?
Focusing on the lightning that happened in the distance.
Okay. So your vision is during night, not during the day. You see a mountaintop covered in ice, rocky peaks, something you're looking at it as a dwarf. You're like, I don't want to climb that mountain. That looks terrible. It's just razor sharp rocks everywhere. But at the very top, you see these lightning bolts just shooting up out of the top of the mountain, going into this, the clouds. There's low hanging clouds, nothing storm wise or anything like that, but clouds nonetheless. And you kind of get a little closer and you can see some shadowy, large winged form that is throwing these bolts up into the sky, and then your vision ends.
Oh boy.
Yeah, we should totally go there.
Oh yeah, that's absolutely that direction.
Okay, so I'm going to relay this information to the group that we might be coming across some demons.
It was bigger than what you think a demon was. Bigger than a wyvern.
Oh my goodness.
It did not look humanoid.
Well, I'll explain that it wasn't humanoid, but honestly, I haven't seen a demon, so I would not know how to describe it.
Yeah. Let me see what Gunther's.
Did you have any sense of that's where we should go?
Oh yeah, that's where we're going.
Let's see. What are your skills? You have healing herbalism, religion, weather sense.
Certainty of death, small chance of success. What are we waiting for?
Yeah. So give me another wisdom check, Gunther. Blind jam roll.
Beautiful quote.
It wasn't it? You feel like the vision was a warning.
It's a warning.
Oh, we're definitely going now. A warning, like certain death warning, or
Well, a warning to a dwarf means a challenge.
that's what I was thinking.
Okay. All right. So was there anybody else that wanted to do? Jason? I think that's Jason's is the last one. Yeah. Does Jason have anything that he wants to?
I don't really have anything of value when we're just hanging out outside, so I just try to stay out of people's way and try not to make trouble.
So Finfall and I think Drog are probably the two that are leading the party.
Yeah, Drog is
Does that sound right?
former military, so he
Okay.
gets pushy and orders people around. So.
Yeah, and Sir Finfall's kind of the same way. You guys both get along really well, and but Sir Finfall, he kind of points out a couple of things that would have been, maybe made a horse lame or something like that. You guys make your way all the way to the end of the day without any issues. No encounters, no rock slides, no sliding off into the the rocky crevices, and you make it 17 miles in, and that is, hold on a second. It did start to snow about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I need to check something real quick. So we're looking for, we went 5 hexes. I'm tracking this on another map. You guys don't see one. Okay, so we're here. Oops, why did we went here. Okay. All right. That's that. And then, yes, it did start snowing. Let me get the time right. How do you do this? There we go. Next day, dusk again. Oops, that was not what I wanted. You guys make it to what you feel is probably the best place to stop for the evening, because it's getting dark, too dark for the horses to be able to see. Most of the humans wouldn't be able, or say, well, so Spencer is the only one that couldn't see, but the rest of you guys could see. But that being said, Spencer can't see, the horses can't see, and you guys feel like, oh, this is probably a good time to stop, unless you guys want to continue for whatever reason.
No, we should make camp. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So let's see. What preparations, if any, do you guys want to do?
I would say the same routine as before.
Is it still snowing?
No, this is actually stopped. When it got dark, snow kind of stopped.
Same thing as last night. Turned into an owl and scout around.
Okay. So give me a percentile roll blind GM for Jolliman, and after that, Drog, you can give me if you wanted to look for tubers or berries, winter berries again.
Okay, we'll do that again.
Okay, Jolliman, you, as you were spiraling around, you see about, what's the range on this? Up in the mountains, above you, ahead of you, kind of near where the path is going through, you can see, and the rocky crags of the mountains, you can see some movement. And you are familiar with this creature type. You have seen them many times in the hills to the east of Dragonwatch. And they look like wyverns, but they are good 3 to 4 miles away from you guys. And you know that wyverns are not nocturnal. They are day creatures. So...
Okay, I'm not going to get too close to those. Okay. Do they look like they maybe are bedding down, though, hopefully?
Give me a wisdom check, blind GM roll. Drog, you did not find any berries or roots that were edible. You did find some firewood.
Okay, well, make a fire.
You think they are nesting, Jala.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
I will finish my patrol and then head back to camp.
Wow, it takes Drog has a hard time getting the fire going tonight. It takes him about 40 minutes.
We're high up and it's been snowing.
Yeah.
So
yeah. The wood's a little wet. Maybe that's what it does. Let's see. Was there anything else I needed to answer? I think we're good. Yeah, Jolly got the it's a nest sort of thing. Drog has done that. Anybody else?
There's a nest of wyverns a few miles away that we are gonna.
I'll see if I can find some herbs and stuff.
We need to be careful because they'll try to eat the horses. So.
Yeah, give me an herbalism check, blind GM roll. You're fairly certain that where they are nesting is well above the path. Not that excludes them from flying down at you guys, but you're pretty certain they're not near the path. They're just above it. Yeah.
Keep your bows out. Keep ready.
And Gunther, you do not find any herbs this evening. So it sounds like you guys are going to be eating rations for tonight.
Cold rations. Yep.
Yeah.
Hard tack and ale.
Yeah.
We've had worse.
Does anybody need their spells reset? I mean, if you do, I will. Actually, I need to do it because you guys are eating rations tonight. Let me do a camp. If the same 3 people are going to be doing a watch tonight, do the same thing you did last time. A blind GM roll D10, and I will roll for Sir Finfall.
I'm gonna do a weather sense.
Okay.
Can we cast a spell before we go to sleep?
What are you wanting to do?
I have create food and drink.
Well, I've already taken away your food. Sorry.
Let's do that tomorrow night.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, next time give me a little heads up, and I won't do. So what I generally do is I'll do the camp, and that will reset your spells and everything. But give me a heads up before I do it, because once I do it, you guys have already consumed your food and water, and also since Jog is with you, you guys can collect snow, melt it, and over your fire, and resupply your water skin. So every now and then, every night, if you want, make sure to check that your water skin count, your quantity is set to however many water skins you have. And if you weren't here the last time I mentioned this, on your water skin, what I would recommend doing, since the way the food and water consumption, it just reduces the quantity. So it doesn't eat the water skin, it just takes the water out of it. So what I would suggest is edit the description, set it to water skin X5 or X2 or however many you have, just so you know how many actual water skins you have. And then that way, whenever the daily process goes through, if it goes through and uses them all up, oh crap, I need to fill up my 5 water skins, that sort of thing. I think Drog was the only one that missed that.
Got it.
All right, so Sir Finfall got his D10. Jason's got his D10, and Drago's his D10. And, believe it or not, another night passes with no disturbances in the mountains. It's quiet and morning. I should have different background music for whenever it's morning, but I don't. Morning arrives, and Patsy is ready with
break camp and get going. I think today we need to be a little bit careful and watch out. Make sure we don't get jumped by those wyverns. So.
Yes, keep your eyes out.
So what I would like is kind of the same thing we did the previous day. Give me, we'll start with Drog, since he's on my left as far as on the token center. Drog, if you have something you feel would be useful for today as you guys make your 17-mile trek through the mountains, give me a roll.
I think it's the same thing, using kind of dwarf and mountain survival, really keeping an eye out for any way underground. So.
Okay, go for it. Blind GM roll.
It rolled.
Right,
Yeah.
I saw that it rolled, but you didn't do it for a skill? What is that?
Okay.
What is your mountain skill based on? Is it based on wisdom or something?
Yeah, let me just do it for mountain survival again.
Okay, yeah. That roll was even better. Yeah,
Okay.
It was even better. All right, and then I'm gonna wait to describe kind of what happens with the skills this time. I want to go through and get all of them first. So, Jotman, you are next. Was there something that you wanted to do? And you did do a weather sense, and it is going to start snowing again. About what you think is going to be the same time as yesterday. It is a little windier too.
I'll do a direction sense today just to make sure we're going the right way.
Okay. Jason did not have anything he wanted to use. Sir Finfall has survival, which is not related to this area, so he gets a modifier. Okay. And then Nero, do you have anything?
I don't at the moment. I'm just going to be hanging out and helping out.
Okay. Gunther, you're going to do another prophecy?
I do. This time I want to do a prophecy to see if there is Are we actually in tall mountains?
Yes. Very tall.
Then I will do a prophecy to see if there is access into the mountain.
You mean, can you specify what you mean by that?
Yeah, like a hidden entrance.
Something
Gotcha.
underground, right? Like a
Gotcha.
door.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, give me a wisdom check. Blind GM roll. Okay. And Patsy doesn't have anything. So, when you guys are making your way through the mountains, Drog is watching around looking for any kind of risks to the party. Also trying to keep an eye out for paths into the mountains. He doesn't see any paths into the mountains, but he does see this convenient sort of, it's not on the path directly, but it kind of follows the path, and it goes right underneath a rock ledge, and it'll kind of keep the group covered as they're traversing this section of the mountains. And he suggests that you guys take that because he thinks that it would keep you guys from the sight of the wyverns in the mountains that are directly above that.
Works for me.
Yeah, good deal.
Yep.
Jolliman, you determine that you guys are indeed heading to the northeast. So Finfall doesn't find anything of note, and Gunthrid, your vision is another vision during the night. You see a dark opening into the mountain. You don't see it at the top of the mountain, like the one you were looking at the other day with all the lightning and stuff. It seems to be at the base of a mountain, and you feel that it is maybe eastward, and that's what you get.
Okay, I feel that there is an opening at the base of a mountain. It's on the east side.
I think we should go for that. I think we're going to be a lot better off going in from the bottom with a little more stealth than just charging the top of a mountain with some enormous lightning thrower thing up there. So,
Back door.
You think it'll go underground all the way?
yeah, it's hard to say. We just got a vision.
From what I say, it's just an opening into the mountain. That's all I can go. I mean, that's all I can tell you.
Okay, yeah, let's go check it out.
So
Okay.
the path you guys are on, continuing through, there's sheer mountains to the east, so there's no opportunity as of yet to head in that direction. But you do make your way down northeast, heading deeper into the mountains. You get to, again, a point where it is evening. It gets too dark for the horses. Patsy and Spencer can't see either. So they're kind of looking for you guys to take a camp.
All right, let's do the same camp routine.
All right.
I would like to create food and water.
Awesome. Okay. We can assume you don't worry about clicking and casting because I'm gonna just don't click and cast. And I just won't advance. I won't do a camp event, and you guys can eat the food that is provided by Gunther tonight. Although, if anybody else wants to continue doing what they did the night before, I know that Drog, you want to do your survival, and I assume that Jolliman is going to do his circle again.
Correct. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, now Drog's not necessarily getting food this time, but he wants to check out, gather wood, just see what's around, and that kind of stuff.
Okay. Go ahead and give me your check, Drog, and then we will assume that Jala is flying around as well. So both of you kind of the owl and Drog, you guys both kind of scout just around the camp to look for things, and Drog immediately notices as later on Jolliman does as with his flight, but the path ahead, you can see that there is a treacherous sort of, it looks like there has been a sort of avalanche of boulders and rocks that slid across the path. It looks very treacherous. You don't want to take the horses across it. You're not sure, it's nighttime, so you don't know where, if there's a path around it. But you know that tomorrow, if you guys head out from here, you need to prepare for whatever, the rock slide's going to entail for you guys. It's either leave the horses and you guys try to go across, or you try to find another way around it, sort of thing. So that's for you two guys. Other than that, Jala, you don't notice anything. You just
The
notice
lightning still going in the north.
you haven't seen it since the first night.
Oh, okay.
Anybody else have nighttime activities they need to deal with?
Not me.
Alrighty. Everybody that's taking watch for the evening, go ahead and give me
we're
your...
do weather sense for tomorrow.
Okay. Everybody else that's doing a watch for the evening, do your blind GM roll with D10s, please. And it did snow around midday, a little earlier than you thought. And you think it's going to be snowing in the morning. It kind of stopped in the evening when you guys broke camp, but you think it's going to be snowing all day tomorrow.
When we stopped, did we stop by that mountain entrance?
No, you're nowhere near any mountain entrance.
Okay.
You're still on the path.
Okay.
So let's talk about the direction. So we've been heading with kind of north, right,
Northeast.
towards the
Northeast.
mountaintop. Yeah, and then the entrance to the mountain is east, right?
Yep. At the time that he was doing his prophecy, yeah.
Okay, and then the path we're on, it's kind of the only way, right? That northeast pass going up.
Yeah,
It's
and
either
both.
that or back the way we came, or is there
Yeah,
any
both
other
you
option?
and Gunther, there is no way to go east unless all of you don, mountain climbing gear and ditch your horses and start climbing mountains. And then you're not even sure, if you wanted to go one direction outside of the northeast or southwest.
Yeah, I got that.
So really, there's only one way to go?
Yeah, but there's a rock slide in the only path ahead is what I'm hearing. So, I guess we could go check out the rock slide and see if we can figure out what made it. But then,
let's save that for tomorrow. Let's wait for.
Oh yeah, I was already thinking about tomorrow. Sorry.
All right, so I've got Drogs. Oh, Jason's okay. All right, I got all three, and the night passes uneventfully. Thankfully, you guys wake up the next morning and break camp, and can see you guys travel probably 50 100 yards from where you guys were at, and you come up to the rock slide that just slid across the whole path. There's no immediate way that you can see to cross it other than try to walk across it, but if you try to take horses, Gunther and Drog both know if you take horses across that, they are probably going to slide down to their death down at the bottom of the rocks, along with whoever's riding them. So
are we like climbing a path to a summit?
You're going kind of down into, you're coming from the hills, which kind of sinks into the path kind of goes down. It's not going up.
Okay, so we're working our way down into a valley.
Possibly, yeah. You're not sure, but where you're at, you don't see a valley. You just kind of can see the path winding through the mountains. So, we'll start with Drog. Drog, what do you want to try?
I guess I'm gonna inspect this landslide and see if I can make any. Is it just natural erosion brought down a hillside, or something else might have caused it, and how much rubble is in the path, and what would it take to clear it? So.
It definitely looks natural to you. Doesn't look like it was caused by anything, somebody causing it.
No giant lightning bolts or anything?
No. And
to clear it, it'd take like,
a lifetime.
A full crew for a month or something? Yeah.
Yeah. A lifetime for you guys. If you had like a full dwarven sort of terraforming group, you probably could clear it out in a couple of months. It's pretty massive.
Yeah, I'm thinking. So we got a druid that's a shapeshifter, right?
Yep,
correct.
I'm thinking you might need to go airborne and figure, because if we climb over the rocks and then we still got 6 days, that's kind of a mess. But if we climb over the rocks and there's something in a day, then maybe we can leave Patsy here with a camp or something. But I can't see if it's worth climbing over the rocks and going by foot or not.
So you're talking scout far ahead.
That's what I'm thinking. I mean, it was kind of okay to follow the path as long as we could without really knowing where we're going, but we got a choice to make now. We either need to take this wagon back and go look for another route to the base of the mountain, or decide if it's worth going ahead on foot.
Really, it's steep mountains on both sides. The path ahead is blocked. So our only two options are really to abandon the horses and the cart and try to make it over the avalanche on foot, or go back. There really are no other options at this point that we can see. Do I understand that correctly?
With the information you have right now, yeah.
Okay, I will turn into the largest eagle. It's daytime right now, right?
Yep.
Largest eagle that I can, and I will attempt to find a way around the avalanche first. See if there is some sort of safe path we can wind through. If not, either with the horses or on foot, just trying to get through safe. And then I will keep going. Like I'm gonna go high and far. Like at least we can go 17 miles in one day on mounted, right? Isn't that what you said?
If you're not going across a rock slide, yeah.
Sure. Yeah. So I
Yeah.
want to go like 15 miles
Okay. All right.
high, and so I should be able to see even further, right? So
Yeah. So
and
your
I'm
first.
looking out for wyverns. I don't want to see any wyverns.
Okay. So the first thing you said you wanted to do is look for a way around the rock slide, right?
Correct. Yeah, or through it, or around it, or whatever. Yeah.
Okay. So give me a wisdom check, blind GM roll first. So you are circling around the rock slide, looking, above and below, and you eventually find a path that would traverse around the rock slide. It is not the direct route. It is going to cut your travel probably about by 25 to 30% distance. So normally you would be able to go, what is that, 3, 4, 5. You'll be able to go about 10 and a half miles versus, your normal, not even 10. So about 9 miles. It basically means that you lose about 8 or 9 miles out of your normal distance because you're having to go around this. You have to go down and around and cut through some various places, and you can see that you could probably make it. And then after that, you said you wanted to do something else? You wanted to scout ahead?
Just to clarify, we can get the horses in the cart on the other path, right?
Yeah, same question.
Okay,
you wouldn't be able to ride them all the way. At some point, you guys are going to be leading them, going down the more treacherous parts of the way, but it's around the rock slide, not through it.
Well, that's great news. So yeah, I still want to try and scout ahead, high altitude, eagle eyes, watching out for wyverns and other eagles and stuff like that. And I'm looking for settlements, towers, caves, bridges, landmarks, anything that kind of stands out. So
you start doing a circle around and just kind of spiraling out, and you get probably, let's see, about probably what you figure is going to be the distance your group is going to be able to make for the day. Following the path that you're going northeast, you eventually get to where the path ends and then jumps off to the northwest. Give me a wisdom check, please. So right where the path kind of turns a sharp left and goes northwest, there are, when you kind of look closer and kind of you fly down a little lower, you can see that there are 2 smaller paths. One heads northeast, one heads southeast.
Okay, is there any signs of civilization?
None. No.
Bridges?
It looks completely, just imagine somebody took a drone and flew it over Montana, and that's exactly what you see. Just mountains and trees and rivers and nothing. No civilization.
I'll head back if that's what I see, and I will relay that. I'll get back, and before I turn into a human again, I'll circle around the camp, look for stuff like I do before we go to bed. Wait, what time of day is it?
It's morning.
It's the beginning. It's still morning.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll just turn back into human to let everybody know I think I found a way through the avalanche. It's gonna take a while though.
Well, that's great news still. Yeah.
Well, so did anybody else have anything?
And then I'll tell them about the paths, the north. How it cuts to the northwest, but there's 2 smaller paths that go northeast and southeast.
So Nero, did you have anything you wanted to do in the morning?
Not at the current time. No.
Okay. Gunther?
Yeah, but I'll have to wait till the end of the day.
Okay. Don't have anything for morning. All right. So you guys want to start following the path that Jolliman kind of explains it to Drog. Drog says, "Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't see that." And he kind of takes the lead. And you guys start making your way down the treacherous path. All of you will have to dismount for like 3/4. I say 3/4. About a quarter to half of your day is going to be walking your horses. Just because it's very treacherous. There's gullies and rocks, sharp rocks and various things, and they can't really traverse those with you guys atop them. You guys make it past that point and get back to the main path where you can ride. You get to the edge of where Jolliman had seen the path starts kind of splitting out. At that point, I need to have, let's see, I want Drog and Gunther, both of you guys, to give me D10 blind jam rolls, please. All right, Gunther. All right, so you guys are making your way down, and everybody's kind of focusing on, oh my god, it's getting late. In fact, it is nighttime. Let me change the tune, because this...
A little more dark and scary.
Yeah, that's a little too dramatic. There we go. That one's more along the lines. And let me load the map, or activate the map for you guys. Does everybody see the map?
Yep. Yeah, I see dark.
Yes, because it is dark. Whenever Gunther gives the heads up to Sir Finfall, he pulled out his weapon, and let's see, that should give some light. But didn't we give? We did give, yes. So Nero has a light source too. And you can activate that now if you would like before we start.
Yeah, I thought we were trying to be stealthy, so I didn't want to.
Oh no! Well, if you don't feel like you want it, but just FYI, as soon as it started, Sir Finfall pulled his sword out, and it's glowing immediately.
Okay.
And he's looking off to the north. He's looking off in this direction, so he can. He seems to see something.
Okay. I'm gonna hold off and stay within the perimeter of this light until I.
Okay. We will begin combat. So those of you that haven't been here for a while, if you are rolling with a weapon, make sure to do it from your character sheet. If you go to your character sheet, it should show like a double little dice roll next to your thing, like Drog. Let's see. If you look at your combat tab, there's double dice next to your weapons. So if you wanted to use your battle axe, you would roll with that. If you're just doing like pulling something out of your pack, use the roll off of the combat tracker, that sort of thing.
Okay, if we don't know what we're doing yet, do we just put undecided or what?
Well, you can roll the normal roll with the dice on the combat tracker if you don't know what you're going to do.
And how do you delay? I'm just curious.
That would be when it gets to your turn, you click the little delay hourglass next to your turn. Okay, and that will put you at the end of the round. There is something that I want to do, which I can't do right now, so you guys can't do it, but there is like this sort of wait for somebody to close with you to do something thing, and then you act. I don't know how to do that in the this kind of UI and how to move you around and that kind of thing. But I want to do that. Right now you can't. So the best you can do is roll your initiative. If it goes before you want to, you hit the hourglass, it'll throw you down at the end of the round, and you go at the end of the round.
Are you talking about like basically a reaction type system to wait until a specific event trigger happens or they close in?
Well, if you go before, say, a charging knight goes, and you want to wait for him to come to you, that's basically what you're doing. That's the thing is as soon as he gets to you, though, you're supposed to be able to react. And that's what I want to be able to do in the combat. Basically, what would happen is if that situation comes up, the GM would click a button and it would move you to above the initiative of the person of the thing that's at that point. I need to figure that out first.
I know exactly. Yeah, you need an act button. Stern
Yeah.
had that.
So that is. So I want to tell you, Drog, that is up a cliff. So you would be able to get to about here for a round of movement, and then it would take you a full, assuming you can climb up that side. That side of that hill right there is probably 30 to 40 feet up where you see those things.
I'm more interested in being defensive, so I would kind of like to pull up and then just get a defensive stand and make sure nobody can charge the casters.
Okay.
So I can just move out for that?
Yeah, what I would say is if you want to do that, just hit the little hourglass next to your character in the combat tracker, and what that'll do is it'll move you to the end of the round. You are already in front of everybody right now, as far as what you can see. So you don't need to move.
Okay, and the hourglass is, I see it.
Yep. All right, so Nero, you are next.
Yeah,
and
what I wanted to do is turn the lights down, and we went over this last time, and for the life of me, I can't.
You are a little quiet. I cannot hear you. Can you say that again? I'm sorry. You were really... Let me actually look at Discord and see if I can turn you up. I don't know why you're suddenly quiet for me for some reason. All right. Let's see. Can you say... Yeah. I got you turned up to 130 or something percent. All right. So what did you want to do?
So I'd like to pull out the lightstone. I just, for the life of me, can't remember how I initiated that. So it's equipped in my inventory. I just can't remember how exactly.
So to toggle the effect, go to your details tab, and then hit that little toggle switch, and that will turn it on.
Got it.
There you go, and it lights up the whole world.
And on that note, I don't know. Could I delay at this point?
Yes, turning on your lightstone is trivial. You just pull it out of your shirt and it's lit up.
Okay, I'm going to delay our...
All right, my guys get to go. Let's see, how far is this? Oh, that's definitely within his move. Oh, he goes to here. That is too far for him to get an action after that, so that is what he does. But you just hear this loud tromping through the path ahead of you, just stomping really loud, and you see this large creature. It is probably 9 to 10 feet tall, probably weighs 350 to 400 pounds, and it looks like this.
Ogre? Looks like
it looks familiar.
Yeah, it does.
I like his hat.
So I just have one question. I hadn't started casting at the beginning of the round, so I won't be able to cast this round, correct?
Correct. Okay. So everybody, I'm going to close that. Does it close you guys' view when I do that?
I had closed it.
Okay, so you have to close it yourself. Okay, good to know. All right, and you hear the sounds of another one coming from the same direction as that one. Oh, no, you don't. You see the one up top. He moves to the edge. He's got a rock in his hand, and he is winding up to throw it. Not this round. And this guy is going to do the same.
Maybe they just want to play baseball or something, you know?
You never know. It could be. I think this is where he's going. Here. That's where he goes. All right, Gunther, what are you doing?
I'm going to move up and attack.
All right, I will put you next to this one right here. And go for it. Mouse over, press T. Oh, there you go. You got it.
Always like that image.
That icon for the troll or ogre. Yeah. The 5e ones aren't too bad. Let's see. That looks like a hit. I don't know why I didn't hear a sound. I did not hear that.
Did I accidentally do it blind?
Actually you did. Let me reveal it. That's why I didn't hear a sound. There you go. Now you can see it. You did hit, so you can do damage.
Is there music playing or sound effects playing right
There would have been like a hit from him swinging and hitting.
Got it.
He just did a blind jam roll, so we didn't hear. All right, 2 damage. And next is another one moving to the edge, wheeling back a boulder. Well, it would be a boulder to most of you guys, but he'll throw that next round, Jolliman.
Well, I guess I'll move up. See,
Alrighty.
where do I want to go? I want to go someplace where I can heal if I need to. I can move through my party, right?
You absolutely can. Oh, that sounds like a hit.
Was it? I can't tell. Oh yeah.
Did you blind jam roll? No, it's a hit.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see it. I see.
Yeah, I was looking at another screen while you guys were doing that, so I could. Yeah, that is definitely a hit. Wait.
How did that happen?
Yeah, hold on. I must have messed something up. That should.
I'm not that good.
A mighty blow.
Why is his hit
A
points?
5 from my spear?
Hold on. Did I mess up their hit points? No. What?
That means he died with 7 hit points.
Yeah, no, that's not right. I don't know what happened, but he had 0. Oh, wow. No, he did die. He had the dice determined he only had 7 hit points with his roll. Wow.
He was
That-
an anemic.
He was.
Hey, I rolled a 1 the last time I leveled up, so I know how to roll.
Yeah, I could. I mean, I looked at. I was like, that can't be right, but it is. I look at his max hit points, 7.
Maybe he was crippled.
No, he wasn't crippled. He was just like. He was like just.
He was a runt.
He was definitely in the
Somebody
run.
write that down. Jala killed an ogre.
He did. Wow, that's pretty crazy. All right, next. I don't know if all of them are gonna have that little of hit points.
These are trolls, correct?
No, they're ogres.
Ogres.
You definitely recognize them as ogres.
Oh, okay, it looked like a troll. That's why I said that.
I'm gonna move up and attack.
Hold on before let the bad guy go. He's coming to you, so you don't have to.
Well, I actually moved already.
Well, not your turn yet. Bad guys are still going. You may not be able to see them, but they're going.
That's where I was before I moved out of turn.
Didn't even
All right.
see their friends up there coming out of the woodwork.
Yeah, they're coming from behind a giant boulder. All right, Jason, now you can do your thing.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna go where I was gonna go.
Stay behind the shield dwarf.
I'll go over here.
Okay. That is a hit, sir.
Nice shot.
Give him the business.
Hey,
6 damage, that's good. Alrighty. Sir Finfall is turn, and what would Sir Finfall do? He would probably just yell a Viking curse and target ogre number 3. Let's see what he does. So what do you guys think of the new color? Oh wow, he hit with that.
I like it.
Oh, look at that. Oh, he took out another one. Look at that.
Wow.
You guys are just mowing through these ogres. That one, let's see how many hit points he had. Because I'm curious. Yeah, I mean, he had a good chunk. I mean, you guys are badasses these days. All right, that was Sir Finfall. This is odd round, so next round you... sorry. He gets another attack. Because he is above 7th level, and he's expertise, so he gets 2 attacks around. So give me a second. I need to do this real quick. He's going to target the one to the northwest of him and do another Bifrost Edge and see if he... Oh, wow, 19. That's going to hit.
Nice roll.
Is he going to take out another one? No. But he still hit it pretty hard. All right, now go Drog.
Let me figure out how to target.
Mouse over, press T, or Alt left click on it.
Yeah, the T was what I was looking for. So.
Alt left click. Okay, that's
Yep.
good to know. And is there a facing indicator?
Not really. I mean, when we use the top-down tokens, we had a facing thing, but we don't really use those anymore. So your token just kind of looks wherever. That is a hit. 10 damage. All right, you get your second attack next round, or you get your 2 attack round next round.
Got it.
And then, oops, sorry, shit. Nero, it's your turn. Everybody else can roll while we're doing this.
Oh,
Okay.
my bad.
No. You did what you should have. I was a little anxious there. What does Nero want to do before the end of the round?
So you see Nero fiddling around with the component pouch, and he's going to back up about, I would say, 10 feet.
Okay.
And
So, can you see the kind of the terrain where you're at? Because that's kind of up a cliff there.
Okay. Can I make my way? Can I make my way up to the top of this? How steep is it?
It's pretty steep.
Right.
Give me a percentile roll, and I'll see if you want to try to climb walls. I mean, that's what we're talking about.
Then I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
I thought it was more of like a gully, like you could walk down. I'll back up as far to the edge of it as I can get, and I'll.
Okay, I will put you about right here.
Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect.
What is that blue? Oh, somebody was. I'm gonna remove that. Okay. All right. So we've got Nero and Sir Finfall need to go.
Initiative wise, right? Okay,
Yes.
so
yeah. Now you
this
can
is
roll
gonna be
initiative.
Magic missile.
Okay. I can already tell I'm going to need to add a option to camp to not consume food because I know what's going to happen tonight. All right, gentlemen. Looks like you get to go first.
Starting to learn to pop things out. So used to having to be constrained to one window.
Yeah, pop out, stick it wherever you want, man. Ooh, that's it. Is he gonna kill another one? No, he didn't. But he still did 5 damage. All right, Nero. Pick your targets, call them out before you start throwing spells.
Yeah, bear with me here. So let's see here. Let me take a look.
Oh, that's right. You haven't actually done a combat yet, so
nope.
Mousing over and pressing T will target, or Alt left click should do the same. That is a mod that does that, though.
Yeah. Oh, the Alt left click is a mod? Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
the T is mouse over T will target. You can also right click the mob and hit the little if you right click the mob, is there a little thing that pops up with a target?
Negative.
Okay. On the far left side of the screen, where you see the little token controls, one of those is a target. If you click that, anything you click after that will be targeted too.
Got it. And then as far as magic missile, can I choose multiple targets with this?
You can, but you need to do that ahead of time. You can't say, "Oh, I'm going to throw 2 of them at him. I'm going to throw them all at him until he dies, and then use the last one over." You need to decide it beforehand.
Yeah, absolutely. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to. I don't remember how many missiles.
You are level 7. I think it's 3.
Okay.
Look, when you click the spell, it should pop up and we can read it. Click the spell in your combat tab. Click the magic missile text, and it should put a chat. Unless you have like private or blind gem roll or something else. There you go. Now you can expand that with the little double arrows, and you can read the whole thing, and it'll tell you how many. For every 2 levels of experience, the wizard gains an additional magic missile. Is 2 at 3rd, 3 at 5th, 4. You got 4. You're 7th level.
Okay, I'm gonna hit 2 on the that guy, and then 2 on the other.
Okay, so just click the cast so that the spell is used, and then you target the one you want to hit. Click the damage twice, and then target the other one. Click the damage twice again. And you can, if you want, make a magic missile that does all of them to 1 and just do 1 damage, but right now it's set to just do 1 per.
Does this need to be blind?
No.
Okay. So just hit the damage twice on this
Yep.
ogre?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, and if you don't want to have modifiers, just hold the control button down when you click it too, and then we'll just skip the situational thing. Oh, look at that, max damage. Do it again. Ooh. All right. Good call. Good call. Then target the other one and do the same thing. Oh, are you going to do another 10? You are! Wow, max damage, all 4 missiles. Very well done. The guy that you just pelted with the 2, that's what he looks like. He's on his very last leg.
Yeah, so you see a bunch of missiles shooting out, sparks shooting out, just lit up the 2 of them. I just have one question. I don't want to hold it up, but
no, go for it.
When I'm clicking on damage, and then I gotta go re-navigate to that, is there do I have to just kind of keep going back up in chat to that individual card, like see how
yes,
more damage?
yeah,
okay. All right.
yeah. I would like a different way To do that, I don't know how to do a UI that would allow you to do what we do now and do that. What I would typically do is I would just hold the control button and just click bam bam, and if you click it twice real quick, the thing won't scroll and you'll get your 2 right off, and then
wait
do.
a minute. So you're telling me that I can hold down control and double or click damage twice, and it's gonna do 2 rolls for that. So I don't gotta keep. Okay.
Right.
That makes it a lot better. Okay, thank you.
Okay. And also, if you don't have the combat tracker up, I would suggest having it up. And the reason being is that when your turn ends at the very bottom of the combat tracker, there's a little arrow next turn, and that, or in your case, I think it says end turn. When you've done everything you want to do, click that button.
End it. Got it.
There you go, Jason. Your turn. You got 3 dead ogres in front of you, 1 in front of Sir Finthal. There are 2 others on the hillside. Oh man, you guys are gonna kill my guys. That is definitely gonna kill him.
Got him.
Even with 4 damage, that's enough to take him out. All right, these 2 guys, however, are going to start lobbing rocks, and since Jason is the one in view, we will do that. Oh, he missed. Oh, that arrow sounds weird for a rock, but he does get 2 rocks, so we'll do another one. And he fumbles. All right, Gunther. There are no ogres within melee range. What do you want to do?
Are they up on top of that? Are they up on top of the mountain or hill or whatever?
Yeah, they're up about a 30-foot straight up sort of cliffside almost.
I think I will hold initiative.
Okay. Drog. Same thing.
Yeah, but I want to move forward some. That ought to do it.
Okay. Yeah, that'll give you a little cover. You got some tree in front of you. So as you run up, the guy that hasn't thrown rocks is going to throw rocks at you, but he's going to be at a minus.
Yeah, do I get my dwarf racial bonus there too?
Not when they're throwing rocks, although it may do that. Let me look and see if it actually does. Yeah, it's actually applying it. Yeah, it's also a weapon.
I'm gonna be hard to hit.
Yeah, you've got a situation modifier -4 because you're behind a bush. You've got weapon versus armor, which is -2, and then you have -4 because he's an ogre. So, yeah, he's probably not gonna hit you. That is his turn. Sir Finfall is wants to get up the side of the hill, so he's just gonna move to here and try to figure out how to get up next round. What are you doing, Gunther?
I'll move up.
Alrighty.
You can go away, automated.
Yep, because Sir Finfall moved out.
That's really nice.
All right, it looks like everybody has went. We will move to next round. Roll initiative, please. Just waiting on Gunther.
So is there a way to loop around behind and come up on the ridge? Or do you just keep running up the ravine there?
Well, you don't know what's where are you talking about? All right, actually, let's start with Gunther. Gunther, what do you want to do?
I want to try to close on them.
So you can get to the bottom of the hill and then try to climb walls next round. And your climb walls is 35%. Depending on what armor, you're gonna have minuses for that. So probably at least -20 because I think you're wearing chainmail, aren't you? All right. So Nero.
I meant to do flat initiative, but for whatever reason, I rolled off the Ray of Enfeeblement. What I really wanted to do was just close distance.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and do that.
Okay.
Give me a... No, you're human. Never mind. Go ahead. Just do what you're gonna... Actually, no. Give me a... Wisdom check.
Okay.
All right. Show me where you're gonna move. If you're not... So you're probably not familiar with waypoints. So the way you can have waypoints on your move is you hold control and then move your token. And then each place you want to waypoint, you press left click, and then when you're ready to move, if you look at the little indicator, it tells you how many feet that waypoint is, and then the brackets tells you the total. And then if you hit space bar, it'll move you.
Right there, 50 feet.
Okay, so you're gonna get to here, and then whenever you made your wisdom check, you can see that the path in this direction through the trees may provide an easier way up the hill than straight up the cliff face right here. You can continue moving where you were going, but since you have that light source that's bright, you can see that.
I'm gonna actually make my way up into that tree line right there.
Okay, and Drog, you see him going off into the trees before your turn. So go ahead and move.
Right.
Yeah, go ahead and move your guy where you want to go, and you can get to about right there. And then you can
put it right there. Yeah.
Okay,
right
and that'll you can see. They're not really paying attention to you right now. They're looking at the two guys that ran right up to the cliff.
Got it.
So next round you should be able to easily make it if you wanted to move directly up there.
Right. Perfect. Thank you for showing me how to do that. I'll
Okay.
get used to it.
No problem. Drog, you see Nero run through the trees. You can see where he's going through. You're like, oh wow, yeah, that may be an easier way to get up the side of the mountain. Yeah, that's 30, so you have 30 more you can go. I think, yeah, you're good. 60 right there, perfect. Hit space.
Oh, I said it collided with a wall.
That's
Yeah, there's a certain way you have to go through. So right there, you're probably, go ahead and cancel. So you need to go a specific
Let me just go
way.
to the corner, and then I can move twice.
Yeah, you got to go to here first, over here, with your waypoint, and that should be open, and then go where you want to, because the other you were cutting into a cliff is what was happening. That's 60 foot right there. Yep. Will they let you go there?
No, it's still got it. Let me do it in
Here,
two steps.
no, there you go. I'll just move it.
Okay, that's
Because
easier.
that is perfectly fine. So that is 60 feet. That is your full move. So you wouldn't have an attack at the end of the round, and you can't charge kind of going up a hill either.
Yeah, I
but
got you. I got
you're ready for next round.
Okay.
This guy is not even paying attention to what's going on behind him. He is going to target Gunther and throw a rock at him. He has no modifier here. Unless he rolls a 20, he's not going to hit. And that definitely won't hit. Jolliman.
I switched to my short bow. Can I get a clear shot at that guy I got targeted?
You switched this round?
Yeah, drop.
Did you drop? Okay, you dropped it. Yeah, go ahead. Both. Do the first one now and then do the second one at the end of the round. Ooh, nice. Ooh, nice. 4 damage. And then delay, and we'll get you at the end of the round. And this guy's dead. Let's get him off though. This guy, again, is not paying attention behind him. He is going to target a surf and fall with a boulder or a rock. We'll throw them both at the same time. Oh, wow. 7 on both. All right, Jason, what are you doing, sir?
I guess I'll move up there.
They had quite a congregation here on this little hill.
Yep.
This is snow on the ground right here?
Yes, it's snow. Yeah.
Right.
It's night, so it doesn't look as the way it should. So you can make it to here, and then from there on, it is a cliff face. Now, you being the type of person that can make it up the side of a hill fairly easily, give me a climb walls, please, blind general. Oh, you make it about 10 feet up. The snow, the ice, something, whatever it is, you grab a hold of a stone that you think is right, and your hand slips off, your foot slips, and you drop down to the bottom.
Oh, dear.
Don't take any damage, but because you're only 10 feet up. But that is the end of your round. Sir Finfall is like yelling curses, and he is. Does he have any ranged weapons at all? Oh, he does! He's not going to drop his sword, though. He sheaths his sword. Next round, he's going to shoot his bow. Jolliman, second shot. That has got to be a miss, yep.
Right off that 18.
All right, roll initiative, please. Is everybody hearing the announcements for initiative and all that?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes. So many choices. You know what? Let's live dangerously. I'm gonna try to get up and hit him with burning.
All right. So you will need to move before you can cast.
That's true. Sorry about that. Yeah.
That's okay. We'll just take your initiative as it is, and then whenever it's your turn, you can move up to position yourself to be able to cast. All right, Gunther, you are the first to go. It is a sheer cliff with your armor and the height and the snow and the wet. You think it's pretty risky to try to climb up it, but you are welcome to try.
Yeah, you said I need like a 35%.
That is before minuses from your armor, which is going to reduce that by a significant amount. And in addition to that, it is also wet and snowy, so that's another amount of modifier that you don't know.
Okay, so yeah, I'll just try that. So do I just roll percentile?
To give me a blind GM roll. Oh, that is not good. You grab a hold of like two sort of, you get a handhold and you get another handhold and you start to get up, and the rock that you grab a hold of just lets loose from the side of the cliff, and you drop down and fall on your can, and that is your action for this round. The ogre, let's give him a surprise check and see if he can hear anybody. Oh, why did I roll percentile dice? That is not what we want. We want a 10-sided. So he hears Drog finally. He turns and moves and swings a fist. That's what he's going to do. He's going to try to fist you in the face and not do a thing. All right, Nero, move to where you wanted to.
Yeah, I'm going to turn myself up. I'm running out of that tree line.
It's control to waypoint. There you go.
It says I'm colliding with a wall.
Let me see. Oh, yes, there is. None. Try now. There you go.
All right. And then end my turn.
Okay. This guy is... go ahead.
Why on the combat tracker can I sometimes see people and sometimes can't see the people? Is it like...
If your token can't see them, you can't see them in the combat tracker.
That is awesome. Okay, thank you.
It's a little disorienting for some people. Like earlier, Jason thought he was going, but it was because there was somebody in front of him that he couldn't see that went. So it and I don't know how it looks like from a player side, and maybe I need to kind of get a better view of that. But so yeah, I am going to give this guy a surprise roll to see if he is aware of at least Drog, because Drog is pretty loud, and he is not. So he's gonna like laugh and throw another rock at Surfin Fall. Two of them, in fact. Wow, a 1 and a 15, and neither one of them hit. All right, Jason.
That train.
Yeah, I love it. All right, Jason. Are you gonna try to climb again? All right, give me a roll, blind GM. No! Give me a D4, and we'll see how far you got up before you fell.
Oh my goodness.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Okay, you may. Okay.
Maybe I should cast levitate down there. I got 10
yes.
levitate. That might have been a good idea.
Oh wow! You make it up about 30 feet, and then you slip and fall and slam into the ground, taking 11 damage.
Dang!
Yeah.
I might get my ass back down that hill and levitate.
And that was the thief that fell?
Yes.
Yep.
I'll tell you why. Because Mr. Thief has not put any points into climb walls, has he?
No, he is not.
It's just kind of...
Well, okay, but that's usually not the most significant skill that the...
No, it's not, especially in 2E when you can apply them where you want. But yes, he yeah. So he fell, and that's his action. All right, Drog. The one to your left is aware of you. The one to the southwest is not.
All right, I think I'm going for the gooberhead that's not paying attention. So.
Okay, and give yourself a situational +2 to hit.
Nice rear attack.
He's throwing rocks at Finball.
Yes.
Nice.
Rolled a 7, still hits.
It's ridiculous.
He's got strength. He's got situational proficiency
Is this
in
one
weapon.
attack I guess it is, right?
Yeah, it is because it's not.
Because I had to move, and I guess that starts.
Yeah.
Over. Yeah, got it.
Actually, let's just say because I don't want to have to keep track of this. Let's just say on even rounds, no matter what, it's a double. Because otherwise, I will never remember.
Yeah,
so
and
let's
this is
just do
4.
double.
So that's a 1. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Damage rolled. Yeah.
No. I want you to do this because you're going to get your second. What I'm saying is, if it's an even round, you're going to get 2 attacks. Because otherwise, I'm not going to remember.
I get the 2 on the even. Okay.
Yeah. It's not. That's not how the rules go, but it's easier for me to remember. If it's even, you get to get your second.
Okay, and I'll swing again on the end.
Yeah. Hey, you got an at 20 there, bud. You are not going to get the chance to hit that sucker because he was taken out by an arrow in the eyeball. Blood spurts out, and he slips off the edge, slides down, falls right next to and in between Jason and Sir Finfall. And Sir Finfall's pulled out his bow, but he can't. Let's see if he can hit the overbite. Where's his longbow? Oh, wow. Yeah, Sir Finfall's not very good with bows. All right, Joe, get your second. And you can do it on the other one. Oh, that's going to hit. Yep. 4 damages. All right. Gentlemen, your second shot.
Do I have a clear shot at that other one?
Yeah. Yeah, they're up high, yeah. And on the edge to throw rocks. Well, he's a little farther in, but...
Nice.
You hit by 5, so definitely hit. 4 damage. All right, Sir Finfall is going to get his second shot. His is minus. Hit with a -2. Okay. He is using chief arrows, apparently. And does 3 damage. Roll initiative.
All right.
I have a question before I roll initiative.
Uh-huh.
How far is that? How far is that one from me?
The one up the cliffside?
Yes.
At least 30 feet, because it's 30 feet up a cliffside. So 40 feet, actually.
Okay, so can I see it?
It would be, if you were doing a missile weapon, it would be like at a -4, because you can barely just see the top of his head.
That's fine. It's worth a try.
Okay. All right, Jolliman, you go first. Actually, hold on. Gunther, roll your initiative, please. On the off chance he beats Jolliman. And he did not. Jolliman, go for it.
So I am collecting my weapons and moving up to Jason.
Okay. Alrighty. Nero, you want to do Burning Hands, yes? So click the cast. And you may want to look at this before you actually do it, but click the spell so you can see the card. And then click the place template. It's going to be you need to mouse, put it over yourself because it's originating from you. You can use the mouse wheel to change, spin it around yourself.
Okay, I'm clicking on place template.
It's not doing anything? Let me see. Let me check something. I may... there is no formula on that. Did I mess up that spell? Let me look at this spell real quick. You are doing a shape. Range is 0. Let's see. I need a bookmark. What is a cast shape with formula? There is not one. I'm gonna make a note of this so to look at it later. It was a error. This is not my code. This is the stuff that was submitted. So.
All good.
Line 52. We'll look at that later. But I'm hoping that lets it work. Okay, yeah, now click it. It probably will work. Or at least you'll get a pop-up thing or the little template.
There we go.
Yeah. You don't want to drop it there. You want to put where you want it to show up first. I'm going to delete that one. And so click the template, the place template again. Put it over the center of yourself because that's where it's at. And then spin the mouse wheel to where you want it to face. Where you're doing it from where you're at. So,
And
yeah,
I
it's
obviously don't want to hit drog. So,
right.
So, you know what, man? I'll just what I'll do is I'll reposition myself I'll burn the spell this time, and I learned my lesson. So
No. You are way more intelligent than that. So I will say, okay, Draw came up here beside me. Instead of casting Burning Hands, I'm going to say, if you want, if you have another magic missile, you can do that instead.
all right, I'll which I don't have another missile. So
Okay.
yeah, it's fine.
You don't need to waste it, because this is something you're trying to figure out, how this stuff works. So, and I will give you the benefit of the doubt since you are not unintelligent and Drog is in front of you. That's kind of why I was asking where you were going. I was surprised you didn't move to here because it's a really short range spell.
Right, I didn't realize it was that short. It's a 5-foot cone.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So as far as casting it, I see 4 buttons. I see cast versus spell, save versus spell, place template, and damage. So do I just hit the top one, or which one of these do I click on?
Well, you can't from where you're at now. You can't cast Burning Hands.
Oh,
unless you want to hit Drog. You wouldn't be able to hit the ogre at all.
No, that's fine. I'll forfeit it then.
So you can
bumpy on that.
Yeah, you can move if you want to move, since we've kind of determined that you would have known that, Drog's in the way. Okay. There you go. All right. And then, Jason, what do you want to do, man? You going to try to risk it, climb up the side of the hill?
No. How did those guys get up there?
I don't know. How did they?
I don't know. I missed it.
You did?
There's a path through the woods.
Shush. John, yeah, you're down there by him. You can tell him. He tells you, you can cut through the woods behind him. Yeah. And your move is like 120, so.
Okay.
You saw a will-o'-wisp run off to your right up the hill. Just a glowing light.
There I am. I made it.
All right. So what did you want to do?
Well, I think I used all my...
No. I'm talking about Gunther.
Oh,
Produce
good.
flame.
I'm going to cast Produce Flame. I'm going to throw it.
Okay. That throwing only goes 30 feet, right? Does the spell actually let you throw farther than that?
No, it actually goes 40.
Okay. Good to know. I didn't know. That's why I was asking. Normally, throwing items max is 30. So, click the spell so we can see it.
So it's still -2.
Let's see. Bright flame, no harm. The caster is capable of hurling a magic missile up to 40 yards. It's considered short range, so no minuses. 3-foot diameter of impact. So, alrighty. Click the. Actually, let me look at that. Does it have? Before you do that, so it shouldn't be cast. It should be thrown, and there is no save. All right. Click the. Oh, we don't want fireball.
That's me.
Click the. Yeah, Gunther, click the spell again in your combat tab, because I changed something. All right. Why does it say cast again? It should be thrown. Click cast and see what happens.
Yeah, because it's it's a spell. I got to cast it.
Right, but it's a thrown item. So normally what would happen is it would. The cast would be the throw, not the whole thing. Yeah, it doesn't.
So I produced the flame, so now I throw it. So would I roll damage?
You need to throw it and see if it hits first. So what I need you to do...
Yeah, you got to roll it to hit somehow.
Yeah, give me... Maybe I need to add a different action to the... Maybe I need to add a throw to the cast so you can throw it. But go ahead and give me a d20. No minuses. We'll see what AC you hit. Your target is AC 5, so... You need to roll at least 11 or above, which a 13 does hit. And then target, you've got the thing targeted? I don't know if you do.
Yes, I do.
Click the damage from the spell, and it should do damage then.
That's Produce Flame.
Yep.
That's neat.
Yeah, I didn't know you could do this with Produce.
Yeah. You guys have all... Spencer hasn't played BG3, but Jolly, you played BG3. You didn't know you could throw Produce Flame?
Nope.
So now he's on fire.
Does it persist?
Does.
Yeah. Anything that he's wearing, if he's
God.
wearing any kind of clothing at all, it catches on fire.
How about a little fire scarecrow? Yeah, you just lit him up.
Flame flashes on impact, ignite combustibles within 3 foot diameter of its impact, and then goes out. Creature struck by the flames over 1 foot diameter. If combustion occurs, must spin around extinguishing the fire or suffer additional damage. Okay.
And he can cast it again next round.
Oh,
Yeah,
boy.
so he is frantically putting out his clothes, what clothes he has, out.
Attack
Jog, your
of
turn.
opportunity.
Got him in the loincloth.
All right.
He just didn't get an attack that round. Oh, that is a miss.
Wah, wah,
It's a miss by 4 too. Wow. I would have give you +2 because he's distracted. So Sir Finfall's going to get a bow shot at -2 and miss. And he's going to be, he's already at the end of the round, so we'll do a second shot.
This ogre needs to get dropped.
Yeah, I'm kind of hoping this will hit him. Nope.
Oh, my
What?
God.
He did.
That's ridiculous.
And he only did.
Oh,
He's
he's
not
still alive.
targeted. He's not targeted. He's not targeted. What? Okay. So maybe he did. He did hit AC 5. So I'm gonna reroll his damage because I'm too lazy to. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. Now he's got him targeted. Oh, 8 damage.
That's more-
That
that's more
took him
like it.
out.
I'm glad
Yes.
you re-rolled the damage.
Yeah.
Chief arrow to the throat.
Oh.
Yeah. Sheep arrow to the throat. And with that, the last ogre has died, and we will shift to where is it? I can't remember what it was. Was it this? No, it wasn't that. It was this. You guys have defeated all 6 ogres. They're dead. All you got 2 up on the hill. Well, 1 slid down the hill. You got 4 down where you guys were preparing to camp. What do you want to do?
Who says a cleric can't cast fireball?
No, yeah, absolutely.
There's some creative spell casting right there for sure.
Well, I guess we should.
They don't
loot
appear to
the
have
bodies.
anything
They
on
may
them.
not have anything, but it's worth the check.
And they must have come from somewhere.
How many were there? At least 6.
6. Yep.
Do we see any tracks in the snow where they might have come from?
Absolutely. Snow is pretty visible with tracks. Yeah.
Okay, well, let's trace them. See if
You
we
want
can
to follow
get
it
a
back?
bead where they came from. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let me do this. We want to go back to here. You guys start making your way, following the path. It's not very far. It's probably about 200 yards from where you guys were at, and you find a cave. You can smell the stink of the ogres from outside the cave.
Spoiled milk.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's a lovely smell. I'm sure.
Rotten milk.
All right, I think we're gonna have to search the cave.
All right, you guys do so, and you.
Everybody put your nose plugs in.
Yeah, I've wrapped my face in cloth before proceeding in.
Let me see if I can find what I'm looking for. I know it's here somewhere. I am just blind.
I have detect magic memorized if we need it.
Very nice. Yeah, I have some utilities. Let me see what I got. I have levitate, tensor's floating disc, haste.
Ooh, haste is good.
Yeah, and identify. I knew I had one more.
Oh yeah, identify is good too.
I was on like a hey, I want to float up kick. So tensors and levitate, kind of redundant, but you never know when you might need them.
I have find traps twice.
Yeah, we might want to cast that. You might want to cast that
That's a good one, yeah, for sure.
before we start ransacking this cave. I guess ogres probably aren't super smart enough for traps, but you never know.
You don't know. Yeah, and did one of the ogres look like it might have been a leader? Like maybe the last one that we were pounding on?
They kind of all looked about the same. Yeah, they look like a tribe of maybe just some ogres that were taking advantage of, the cave and staying
They
out
were
of the
all
cold.
they were all equally stupid. Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Got it. And then how far off were we from the lightning in the distance?
A good long ways, yeah. It's
like,
not
I mean,
close.
estimation in like days travel.
About twice as far as you've come so far.
Okay, thank you.
I checked 3 of them. They didn't have anything on.
Give me a second. I am... Oh my god, this GM screen thing is really pissing me off because it blocks my view.
We've been pretty short order of those 6 ogres, but if we find an ogre magi, that might be a different story.
That would be definitely, yeah, that'd be interesting to see.
I got something for that too.
Or it's Mama Ogre. She sent her six boys out.
Gwendol's mother.
Yeah, exactly.
I probably didn't say his name right, but you know what I meant.
I think you did say it right.
Grendel,
What is-
I think Grendel.
Grendel.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, I gotta get... Where's this? Oh, it's in this. Let's see, I don't even know what that does. Alright. So you guys search through all their... Each of them looks like they had just like a pile of stinky furs and, you know, maybe some meat of some undeterminate type that and bones around what looks like a fire that had been burning. It's now just coals. You can see some, you know, basically what they had been using as their supplies, you know, around the fire. And you look around a little more, and your druid actually notices that up on a higher ledge, there is a bag kind of stuffed on, you know, like there's the wall goes up and then it looks like it ends, but it's not. There's kind of like a little crevice at the very top of it. And he notices that there is a large sack that I'm going to change so it doesn't look like, oh, god dang it, I did the wrong thing. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, I did. Oh well, we'll fix it later. Let me fix this real quick. Appearance.
I don't see anything but the mountain scene.
Yeah, not yet. Yeah, I'll fix it. I'm working on it. Let's see. Did that do it? No, it did not. Update. There we go. And this is it says chest. It should be large. Actually, you see large sack because it's not identified. That's what you see. You see a large sack that Jalaman pulls down from the edge. Is the game paused? No, it's not. So you guys should be able to open it.
Oh, interactive loot. Okay.
Yeah. Although Drog has opened it, so you can't.
Of course.
Okay, there is a gem, an unknown potion, and some coins. I'm gonna grab some coins because I lost all my money in the cave with the wizards. So.
Yeah, actually, what we did is you weren't here. You were like the treasurer at the moment, and they took the loot, dispersed it between everybody. What was left, they put in a sort of security box, or not so much that, but the rest. There's a whole bunch of gold back in town, but unfortunately, I being not you. I just gave them all the gold that you had because it was the giant pile. So
Yeah, no worry.
Okay, just to kind of explain it, it wasn't them. It was mostly me.
We took your gold.
It's all good.
If Nero can get a look at the potion, does it look familiar to him? Can he maybe perhaps like take a small taste of it to discern what it might be?
Certainly, if you want to.
Here, let me
do that.
close it, and then you can open it. Yeah. There, give it a shot.
Close what? Okay. So
Just double click on the bag. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I didn't take any money either because I couldn't figure out how.
Does it look like the healing potions we've come across before?
No.
Okay. So what would you? Yeah, I have the sack.
So you would, if you want to take something from that, you need to drag and drop it on your character sheet or your token. I haven't tested actually on the token since I changed coins, but You should be able to drag and drop that on your token, and it should move it to your character sheet.
I wasn't necessarily trying to take it. I just wanted to
Ooh.
identify it.
Well, if you're going to taste it and try to identify it, you need to put it on yourself.
Okay, 1 second. So open up gear, drag and drop.
There you go.
The drag and drop works so much better. Okay, so what would you like me to do to ascertain what this is?
So if you are going to taste it, what I need you to do is give me a spellcraft check, blind GM roll, please.
Okay. I need to keep my chat open. What I do is I click on it and I don't realize that it's going to chat, you know? So here, 1 sec. Okay. So at the bottom of the chat, I guess.
Thank you, sir.
Blind GM.
When you click the skill button on the bottom of spellcraft, it'll prompt you to set the visibility, whether you want it, wherever you want it.
There you go.
There you go. All right.
Oh, I saw Gunther roll and I thought I rolled.
No, that was
That's why I
somebody
got
else.
confused. A roll went off. I was like, wait a minute, what the hell did I do there? Okay.
I was healing him, healing
gotcha.
Jason.
The potion is stored in a metal vial.
Oh,
You-
I don't like the sound of that.
You open it up and you take a little sip, and it tastes really oily and just bitter and nasty. And the smell is kind of, how do you describe the smell of that?
Greek fire.
It smells like a new home. That's the only thing I can think of. So it's kind of out of character. But when you kind of roll, you're looking at it because you can't see through the vial. You have to look at it from opening up. And you kind of shake it up a little bit, and the colors swirl about. And after all of that, you recognize it as a potion of rainbow hues. It tasted like paint.
Oh my god.
No
Alright.
idea what that does.
Yeah, you guys will have to read it. So you've got 3 other things in the bag. You've got coins, 2 types of coins, and some gems.
Jesus. Yeah, quite a bit too. You got 900 electrum, 20 platinum, and 6 gem. I'll close the bag. You guys decide what you want to do with that.
And if somebody wants to carry it, just open
I
up the
can just- I
bag,
can
drag
just
and drop
carry
it
it.
on your character sheet. Yep.
Yeah.
And you know-
because I got the encumbrance.
Take it back to the cart. Don't we have a cart?
We couldn't take it up the road, right? Where we are.
No.
right?
You guys were able to bring it down. You just had to lead the horses in the cart and all that.
Well,
Looting
that's what I'm
is
saying. We don't have the cart with us.
Well, we'll have to take it to 200 yards or whatever. That we
Yeah, back to camp.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay.
This wasn't the cave that I saw in my my dream, whatever.
No, it is absolutely not. Yeah, I see another bug I gotta fix too. It should not be showing looting item, looting body. It should just say looting item.
Hey, one bug you might want to look at when I drag the stuff out and put it in the backpack. It asked me the quantity, and then the OK button doesn't have a label on it. I figured it was that OK, and I clicked it, and it worked.
So when you take something from loot, it doesn't show an OK button. Okay.
Yeah, I mean the button is there. There's no label on it, and the button works.
Okay. Yeah,
It's just a
I'll
label.
check that one too.
Yeah.
All right. It looks like
Okay.
the bag is empty. I'm gonna remove it. You guys have got everything that looks of value. Everything else just looks like something you wouldn't want to touch.
That, of course, means let's pilfer through all of it.
Oh, you pretty much did. Unless you want to get some fleas and other things from their pallets where they're sleeping.
Nah, let's go back to camp. This place stinks.
We should probably burn it.
Yeah, and you're pretty certain that there's probably not anything around that would threaten you after, 6 ogres is they're pretty much gonna be the predators of
They would
everything
actually
around.
predator.
Thing off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Within at least 10 miles this place. 5 to 10 miles.
All right. So you guys drag your loot back to camp. You kind of clean up your weapons, get back to camp, and Patsy has got the tent set up. All the horses are tied and resting and feeding. You guys can go through your normal evening process, except for I know Jolliman has used his flight for the day.
Correct. Yep.
But anybody else, if you want to do like, we'll start with Drog. Drog, did you want to do anything special, or do you just want to crash?
Yeah, that's the normal light a fire, check out, but we're pretty.
Okay.
Probably don't need to check too much out. We'll just get the fire going.
Okay. Jason, Sir Finfeld, Nero, Gunther, what are you doing tonight?
I'm gonna create food and water.
All right. So I knew this was going to happen. Didn't I say this was going to happen? I did.
Yep.
Because there's no way for me to not advance the day and not consume food from you guys.
Just tell us. We can edit the food back.
Okay. You're going to need to edit the food back. I'm going to go ahead and do the rest. Well, actually, let's wait. Let's do our blind GM rolls for all the people, D10s, that are doing the watch for the evening.
I did a weather sense in there too.
Okay, maybe I saw that.
Maybe you could have like a little
I need
lock.
Yeah,
like
I need to click.
Icon.
I need to check to say consume food or not before the camp. Yeah.
Or just like even on the player's sheet, like a little like lock it out to where it's not auto consumed.
Yeah, I don't. I want it from my side, not from theirs. Because whenever they do a rest, whenever I do it from the party sheet, I want to have the option to not consume food. Yeah.
Yeah, if we're staying in the lodge or something,
Yeah.
We already ate dinner.
Yeah. All right.
That's a good idea.
We will.
I thought it was a pretty so that we don't have to burn through our food.
No, it's good. Idea. It's a great idea. I just don't have the code set up to deal with that. So I'm going to hit the camp. And the reason I have to is because you guys want your spells reset. But this is also going to consume food and water. So I want you guys to go ahead and reset. Add 1 to your food and water. And I will, before next game, I will have an option there to where I can not consume food and water. I don't know why I didn't think of that.
You know how it is. You find things as you go, man.
Yep. Yeah. Every time I talk to EOTB, it's the same thing. It's like, because he's like thinking, I'm having a problem. Oh, okay. Yeah, gotcha.
I got a few things. I actually took a note of. I'm glad I got to do some combat. I got a few things I took note.
Great. Yeah, good. Because I haven't ever done this from the player side, so I have no idea what it's like. I mean, other than me testing things.
It's really good to just work on the workflow a little bit, and it's going to be stellar.
All right, so everybody, the night passes without incident. As I said, the everything is probably scared off by the ogres. You guys wake up the next morning to a sunshiny day. It is not going to snow. It's actually going to be a clear day for you guys.
Nice.
And that is from the weather sense from Jolliman. Let me make sure. Okay, we got that. Let's advance
the
time.
free weather app for sure.
No kidding. Yeah. We do need to advance to morning dawn. There we go. Light the space. It's very soothing. Whenever I heard that music and saw this scene, it just really clicked for me. All right.
Well, synth with it a little bit. Sounds cool. I like it.
Yeah. So you guys are at the point where you guys wake up in the morning, you guys get your horses and everything is lined up, and you have to decide. Do you have the larger path continues on to the northwest? The two sort of almost hidden paths. One goes northeast a little bit. Jolliman would tell you that the path that starts off northeast kind of heads off to the east. He didn't go much further than that. The one to the southeast just continues on directly southeast.
Which one is the best bearing toward where the lightning was?
Can I use my direction sense to help with that?
Yeah, I was just going to ask the same question.
Okay. Nero, give me a direction sense blind team roll, please.
I kind of want to save turning into a bird till before camp. I think it's best to use it before we camp.
Nero, what did you roll?
That's me concentrating for 1 die 6 rounds. It's part of
Oh,
it.
gotcha. Yeah. If it was in a combat situation, that wouldn't matter. But
Gotcha.
you're not really certain where it is. You're kind of turned around in the mountains. You're not really. You're like, I'm not sure which way. Sorry.
All those switchbacks.
Yeah. And the mountains, I mean, they're tall. You guys are kind of low now. It's just like you're feeling a little kind of, enclosed by all these mountains.
Okay, but that underground entrance was still back to the east, right? So if
Correct.
we went northeast, it turns east. That should get us that direction. Maybe.
Your easterly direction was a day or two ago.
So I can pause for a moment and see if I can't get a prophecy on that particular spot.
So what are you trying to focus on? Direction or what? What are you trying to do?
Yeah, trying to focus on the direction of where that cave is that I saw.
Okay, give me a blind roll wisdom check, please.
Is this a paladin? See who's using that.
He's a cleric. Yeah.
Cleric. Okay.
Yeah, the paladin's not here. If he was here, he'd probably play better than I am.
That's
Shouldn't we be
Finfall,
trying
correct?
to figure out where the lantern is?
All
I
right,
thought that's where we're headed.
Gunthrid,
right?
you are your side. You remember you seen Beastmaster, right?
The old 80s show?
Yeah, you've seen the old Beastmaster, haven't you, Don?
I've seen it.
Okay, so your vision is from some flying creature. It's flying around really high. I mean, it's way up above. I mean, it's up to almost to the mountaintops, and you kind of see where you think you don't see yourself or your party, but you see the path that you've taken, the one coming from the southwest going northeast. You see the paths that are kind of all splintering off, and then you see the eagle is just kind of circling and going southeast from kind of the split off, the sort of four directions. And it's going southeast, and you see this mountain with like almost, it looks kind of like a skull-shaped sort of formation, almost. It's not exactly, but you can kind of squint your eyes and it looks like a skull shape, and you can see in the mouth part of it there is a dark hole in the side of the mountain to the southeast, and then it goes away.
Okay,
I found
southeast it is.
We found Grayskull.
That's what I was thinking.
I know exactly what I said, but nobody heard me.
I didn't hear you. So what did you say?
Great minds think alike.
I said
that
that
what
I
he said?
found Grace.
Oh, okay.
Somebody repeat.
By the
Okay.
power of Grayskull.
Yeah. So he believes that you guys should head southeast if that's the direction if you're seeking that cave.
Let's head that way.
And as far as Beastmaster reference, was that in reference to the flying bat-like creatures, or was that?
No, he used to be able to
pyramid?
see out the eyes of creatures.
Yes. That's right.
It's kind of the same thing as I think it's Assassin's Creed, where they can see out the eyes of things. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't play the game, but
He's got his two ferrets.
yeah. All right.
It's exactly the same.
All right. So you guys, it's a long trek. In fact, from what he saw, let me 1 second. It's 2.5 to 3 days trek from where you guys are at, is what he thinks.
Chugging along.
Yep. So I need to have anybody that's doing rolls before this, if you're going to do anything on the track on the way out, to head 17 miles to the southeast.
I'll do stuff when we get to camp.
Yeah, same. I'm just gonna keep my head on a swivel, always looking for components, anything that I can use.
Do you have like herbalism or something?
I don't. I'm just saying in general for my spells.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna look for herbs and stuff if I see them along the path.
Okay, give me a herbalism check. Blind general. Is Drog going to going to do any mountaineering today?
Yeah, normal campfire, checking out the mountain scene. So.
Well, we're not at the evening part. You got this is further travel for the 17
yeah,
miles.
yeah. The normal mountaineering survival.
Yep.
See
Go ahead
what's
and do
going
that.
on. You want to roll?
Yeah. Gunther, you did not find anything. Drog, however, is found a quicker path. Let you guys cut off a little bit of your day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you guys make it actually further than you expected, thanks to Drog's keen eye on a path that was a little off this little path. But as you guys kind of get deeper and further down, the path is a little more difficult. Traveling from this point, and actually we're at evening now, so I'll go ahead and change it to evening. Moving from here on out is going to be, is it the same? No. Oh, okay. You can make 14 miles a day on this little, this is definitely less traveled, more difficult, much more obstructions you guys have to work around, so you can make 14 miles a day, which doesn't mean much to you guys, but for me it means something on the map.
Gotcha.
Good deal.
All right, so I tell you what, give me another mountaineering check, and Jolliman, give me your blind GM roll wisdom check. Okay, and then Jalla. Okay, and then say next morning, are you going to do a prophecy with Gunther or not?
Yes.
All right, what is it going to be for?
I'm going to see if I can actually see into the cave.
Give me a blind GM roll wisdom. Since you've had what you think is a view of it from the outside, you're able to focus on it pretty quickly, and the track into this area leads to a cavern with an entrance that seems like a fanged maw. Top is jagged, and there are rising. Go ahead.
Like a snakehead?
Yeah. The closer you get, it doesn't look like a skull. It looks more like just like a maw, mouth with fangs. The top is jagged. There are rising cones of stone from below, and the closer you get, you can see the cavern is about 40 foot wide. And as you try to focus on it, you move in, it just gets darker and darker, and you snap out of it. But
okay, I will again relay all the information.
Okay. So for the next, are you going to be using create food and water next day?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So I am going to make this a little easier, or a little more hand wavy. The next, the trek on this is not difficult other than terrain, but there's nothing around here. There are no creatures. So for the next 3 days, you guys trek through the mountains. Cold, wintry, make your way all the way down to where Gunther recognizes the maw in the side of the mountain. And you don't need to cast it. Don't cast it. Please don't cast it. Because then you're going to make me have to rest everybody. I'm just, you tell me.
I can just
reset
toggle it on and off.
Yeah, reset it then. So you guys make it all the way to the end. And let's see, I think I may. Do they have an image? They don't have an image. Oh, that's a shame. Let me double check that. I am surprised if they don't. I would think they would have well, okay. This is the best they've got. Yeah, that's really, I'm sorry.
I like it, man.
It's black and white.
Black and white.
Yeah.
I love the classic art.
It's a mountain.
Yeah, a mountain with a hole in it.
Indeed.
It doesn't look like on the mall like what I was expecting, but it is some art. I want to try to show all the stuff that they have. And you guys have made your way. It is now the nighttime of that final leg. 3 days down the path, You guys, your feet are sore, your horses are tired, Patsy's exhausted. He set up the camp one last time and said, I have got to rest for a couple of days, which is fortunate because you guys have reached what you think is the entryway to the
We made it.
domain of Igwith.
One tactical point from our ex-soldier dwarf is when we set up camp, he wants to try to find a place to make sure that the camp is kind of hidden from the mountain. So that when we leave Patsy and the horses there, they're not going to be obvious.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You can find. Go ahead and give me a mountaineering and see if you can find a place that like what you're looking for.
Okay, I rolled, I think.
Yeah, you did. You spend some time searching whenever you guys, but it's when you guys get to where you can see where Gunther says, that's it. It's kind of dark. You spend some time looking around, about an hour, and you are unable to find a place that you feel comfortable enough leaving Patsy on his own.
Well, I guess we can just camp wherever tonight and decide if we want to move him tomorrow before we go down. So, I just hate to come back out and find, a dead Patsy and dead horses.
Well, the tunnel's big. We can just park them inside the tunnel if we have.
Yeah, but if things are coming and going inside the tunnel, then they're right there, right?
True.
But sounds like we're camping for tonight, right?
Yep. All right. Those of you that are taking watch for the night, go ahead and give me your blind GM rolls and any checks. And if you're going to be flying around, give me your blind wisdom checks. Drog is having a difficult time starting a fire. He does get it started, but it takes him an exceedingly long time. All right, Jala, what were you? I presume you're talking about flying around.
Correct.
What exactly? How far? That sort of thing.
Just so we're in like a valley of some sort, I assume.
You're between the mountains for sure, and if you want to call it a valley, it is.
So I want to scout the general area of the camp and make sure that there are no large predators or other encampments or anything like that. And then, if I can, I want to scout up and down, kind of around the entrance a little bit and see if there's anything around there.
Okay. So you fly around the camp and you don't see any large predators or anything that looks threatening. You do see a grove that's kind of off the path, kind of in between two large sort of almost pillars of stones that may make a good place for Patsy and the horses to kind of be a little out of the way. It's somewhat hidden unless you're coming from above.
A little hiding.
Yeah, after that, you continue your circle and you make your way towards the entrance. You kind of fly around it. There's really no movement or anything. There's no indication of any living or unliving things around it.
There's I don't see any animals or anything. There's
no. I mean, there's trees and plants and things and snow, but you don't see any creatures at all.
There's no tracks in the snow or anything.
Nope. Nothing going in and out of around it anyways that you can tell.
Okay. I'll kind of go at a 90-degree angle. And how far is it until I do see some sort of sign of life?
When you say 90-degree angle,
just like a 90-degree, so not back towards camp, but like
any other direction you go is mountains that are really high, and you couldn't fly that high. It's so high. Sort of thing. Be like, okay.
And I will report that I think I found a spot to put the camp tomorrow, I guess. And I see nothing around the tunnel, no movement at all. There's no tracks. There's not even animals, as far as I can tell.
Good. As far as weather, you suspect it's going to be heavy snow tomorrow. You already did your check.
Okay.
At least I think you did. Yeah, it looks like you did. Or was that a wisdom check for?
I think that was a wisdom check. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and give me. Well, don't need a roll because I just told you what's going to happen.
Okay.
All right, anybody else? I will take that as a no. And you guys that did we have the D10s? We have Jason D10, we have Drog D10, and let's do his. All right. As you guys are sleeping, whenever it's the final watch, Sir Finfall, he frantically wakes up Drog and Jason. And he is pointing up to the sky. And as you guys both woke up, and he's pointing up saying, there's something above us, there's something above us. And you look up and there is this massive winged creature just gliding. It's like, but they're at the mountaintops. So it's really far away, but it's huge. You can tell because it's so far off. It looks large. And you can see it flying to the northeast from where you guys are at. It was circling around the mountain, is what Sir Finfall says, where you guys are nearby, and then it just swooped off and flying towards the northeast.
Like it came out of the top of the mountain?
No, all he saw was he didn't notice it until it was above him. And he saw that there was something in the sky because it's moon tonight. And it's massive, and he thought it was some creature that was going to attack you guys. But apparently it's not even, it doesn't care about you.
Ah, okay.
But it's
Probably
got
going up to cause lightning on that mountain.
It's got a long sort of tail that comes off the end. Big sort of bat-like wings, maybe.
Is it a humanoid shape?
No, it is not.
More like a dragon than...
It's kind of what you've never seen a dragon, but it's kind of what you think it looks like a dragon. You can see the glint of something off its body, some shiny sort of reflections off of maybe scales or you don't know.
Gotcha.
But with the morning arrives, and you guys can break camp, get Patsy where he needs to be, and say your goodbyes and try to make your way through or to the cave entrance.
Yep, that's the plan.
Anything you guys want to do before you head in that direction?
Not that
I am good. Thank you.
All right. So you guys approach it, and it's pretty much what Gunther had described to you. I'm going to go ahead and kind of go through this again. The track into the area leads to a cavern with an entrance that seems like a fanged maw. The top is jagged and there are rising cones of stone below. The cavern is 40 foot wide and you can see it goes deep inside. It looks like it's over 20 feet high. And it looks like it's one point in the past. It was probably used. The path into it looks well worn. Beyond the snow, but there's no tracks in the snow, so you suspect there just hasn't been anybody there in a long time, and that's what you can see from the outside. It's kind of overgrown. In fact, there's brush and stuff you kind of got to push through to get to it.
Is it very natural, or is there any obvious signs of construction? Or
not really. I mean, the maw sort of appearance is mostly just the rocks kind of grown up in pillars that look like fangs, bottom fangs of like maybe an orc or something, not a snake, but that kind of thing.
Yeah, gotcha.
But it looks dark inside, no light from the outside that you can see. What do you want to do?
Well, it looks homey. Let's head in.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Unless somebody's got to detect evil or something they want to do, I'd say we head in.
Well, I got my long sword. I got my head on a swivel, and I'm just following everybody in. There's nothing in particular that I could do this time.
All right, give me a second. Strog. Jason's already there. Gunther. Nero. All right. So you guys who's going first?
Well, Drog can go first.
Okay. You guys make your way in. It's a pretty normal looking natural cave to you, other than the fact that the floor looks like it's just been, at some point in its history, has just been well traveled. You can see at some point there was probably fires that were burned in here, because all along the ceiling and the walls it looks like there's black soot. Let's see, you can see some old bone fragments laying about.
I have an inquiry.
Uh-huh.
So I want to see if this is actual mountain or bone.
Oh, nice. Good idea.
If what is mountain or bone?
Are we in a big
This cave-
skeleton?
Oh,
This big cave.
it looks like cave to both you and Drog. It's stone on the walls. There's nothing that indicates that it would be some large ancient dead creature that would be bones. That you're walking into the old remains of a body, if that's what you're asking.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. I just wanted to check.
The bones that you do see are like small, maybe animal bones or something that have been chewed up or something at some point. Not in recent history. Probably decades old.
Yeah, so I guess the idea then it's obviously no intelligent humanoids have been hanging out in here for a long time.
Yeah, it's probably been, 30, 40, 50 years before, since anything has probably been here from your estimation. At the northernmost edge of the cave, you see a 10-foot wide passage that goes steeply down. There are steps carved into this part of the cave, though. So that part is definitely man-made or somebody made. You can hear, again, you can see like even the stairs are kind of worn, where at some point there was a lot of traffic going up and down. And the tunnel leads down you can just, the two dwarves are fairly certain it leads deep into the mountain.
Can
Okay.
we check and see if these were dwarven made?
They were probably not, but you're not sure because it's so old that the wear and tear just kind of distorts whoever carved it. But I will tell you, the steps are not made for dwarf step size.
Are they bigger or smaller?
They're probably human size, or humanoid size. Normal 5 to 6 foot sort of steps.
Yeah, a little bit bigger stride there.
Yeah. Longer legs, definitely.
Well, I say let's head on down.
And you guys all start making your way down. The caves are cold. You can kind of start feeling a dampness around you. It gets kind of quiet. It's not as loud as it was elsewhere. And you make your way down, and let me see. Is that right? Yeah. You make it down. Like I said, it is a long trek down. It is. Let's see how far. Yeah, going all the way down is about 130 feet down, and each step is pretty. It's about a foot, so you're going pretty deep into the mountain, and you get to the point to where it kind of levels off, flattens out. You can see that it leads off to the north. You see some mushrooms kind of growing along the edge. Hopefully, some cool new music.
There is some music. Yep.
No, I got some.
I think we almost got everybody. Who's missing? Spencer can see it. The Blues can see it. Jolman can see it. Don can see it. So I think everybody can see the map, yeah?
Yep.
Yes.
All right. And we will leave it there for the evening because it is close to 11:30. I know if we get going any farther than this, things are going to take a lot longer. So we will leave it here for the night.
Yeah.
And come back next weekend.